Welcome back to the studios of Hala Kuwait, dear viewers, and of course now it's time to meet our second guest of today, Mr. Jaber Alfadhalah. Welcome to the studios.
Thank you for having me.
We're so happy to have you with us.
My pleasure, thank you.
All right, so lawyer Jaber Alfadhalah, we have got questions today, so we hope that you're prepared, and the studios are cold, and we gotta warm up with the questions.
Yeah, as always.
All right, so basically, first of all, what are the most common legal issues that businesses face today?
Actually, the most common issues that company facing nowadays, especially for the small and the medium-sized companies, that they are being reactive rather than proactive. What I mean by that, any business have to set a plan, especially as from a legal aspect, to avoid any problem that they could face, and another plan to face any problem that they can consider. Most of the company, they always think that they are dealing only with labor law or commercial law. They are not thinking that there is a lot of laws like trademark law, even some specified civil laws and criminal law also. So what can I say to summarize it, that any company or someone who would like to establish a company must be proactive rather than to be reactive.
So they have to have a plan first,
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. They have to set a plan, they have to think what the business will be, and if they have a business, they need to establish the first thing at the legal department or contract with an external legal office to start their business or to solve their problem. And even if the company solve their problem, their legal issues, they need to be proactive rather than reactive. We don't have to wait until the legal problem is happened, because especially with the companies there is a lot of issues considering labors, considering lease contract, considering even international contract, product, trademark, etc. So the most important thing that a company have to set a legal department, or at least to have an external legal office. The large company, as we can say, the big names in the world, they already have. And some companies have a legal department, and also they have a contract with externals, sometimes in another country. So it's really important that the company need to face the fact that illegal issues will arise. Definitely. And they need to be prepared.
Definitely, these issues will occur, in nobody knows when, so you have to be well prepared for it.
Exactly, exactly.
All right, so how can companies ensure they are compliant with local and international laws?
This is a tricky question, actually, and I'm glad that you asked me that. A lawyer, and basically a lawyer need to be always updated with the laws and resolutions and administrative decisions, or as they call it, governmental decisions. It's the update could be every day, sometime every week, sometime every year. So any business, they need to have a trust relation with their legal department, with expert, even if there was outside external legal office, that they know they have the capability and they have the knowledge and the expertise to be updated, especially with the international law. Because in the local in Kuwait, as example, we know the law, we know when they will publish it, but to be updated with international. Yeah, some websites, some resources. As a lawyer, we know how to deal with them. They published a lot of commercial, specified commercial laws in the United States, in the UK, even now in the Asia. And this is the most important thing, that we know the laws, because most of the commerce are trading with outside countries. We need to know what they required. Some companies around the world, or some countries, some states, they require that for example, the company must have one party that's not Kuwaiti from their country. For any, just let's say X state, they required the company from Kuwait to have someone in the company who is he's from this X state. Just for example, if it was clear.
Yes, it is.
So just to summarize it again, the most important, not just to have a local department, legal department or external, they must be experts. They must know what they are doing, because it's really tricky things.
And up to date with all the new...
Exactly.
laws.
For example, what I do, for example, I always ask a lawyer what the latest update about specific thing that I know. Sometime in Kuwait, sometime even in the GCC countries, in Dubai, for example, or Qatar. So it's really important.
All right, fair enough. That's the effort of a good lawyer, right?
Exactly. It must be, especially nowadays.
Fair enough. All right, so what role do contracts play in protecting businesses, and also what should be included in them?
Okay. I will try to make it simple as I can. Any contract has conditions, previously conditions. What I mean by condition: free willing and legal capacity. For example, if any person would like to sign a contract, he must be have a free will and he must be 21 years old.
Yes.
Another conditions: the subject and the parties are the main pillars of the contract. Based on that, that's what make every contract different from each other, even if it was for the same subject. For example, a company would like to buy a property. So now we are talking about buying a property. I have a lot of conditions. Are the company have free will? Do they can under their legally certification from the government, they can own a property or no? A company would like to buy a cars to deliver their goods.
Yes.
Do they can buy those goods? Can they buy cars or no? Or they just have to lease some cars or rent some cars? That's what I meant, that each company have each contract have its own component list. But the main thing is the parties, the subject, legal capacity, and the free willing.
Fair enough. Well said. All right. So can you explain the importance of intellectual property protection for the companies?
As you know, most of the companies in the world, we know them from their trademark. So this is a very important. Some companies are based on those aspects of the trademark, even the intellectual properties. Maybe some company deal with publishing book. Some company, they sell cars or goods or clothes. So in Kuwait, for example, we have more than law governing these issues. But the main two, beside the commercial law and the civil law, which are the general laws, we have the GCC country trademark law.
All right.
And also we have the intellectual law that was published in 2017, dealing with writers, musicians, artists. So what can I say? That in general, we know countries because of their companies, because of their trademark.
Yes.
We could know a trademark, but we don't know the name, the actual legal name of this company. So logically, to have laws, rules to govern those situations.
And protect it overall.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, definitely. All right. So what are the potential legal consequences of not following the employment laws?
Okay,
this
so
is common, I think.
Yes, now we are talking about 2010 private sector law or labor law here in Kuwait. Most of the issues that we face in the courts regarding those laws, it's because of two things. First of all, because of negligence and the employees being not feeling the pressure to do what they have to do, if that makes sense.
Yes.
They just do the work. In the business aspect, the employer, he doesn't want just to do the job. He wants to do a specific job in the specific time. So this is the most firing and contract we see. Because of that, the employee, they didn't do anything, but the whole section just dissolved because the employer wants a specific thing in a specific
role, maybe.
Exactly. Maybe sometimes they are pushing hard to some companies pushing hard to the employees. On the other hand, we can say the most problem that facing the employers are what they are doing by pushing hard to those employees. Sometimes they don't give them their money or extra, let's say, for their extra time. Sometimes they refuse their annual vacation. So those two practical problems, the most common problems that we are facing regarding labor law here in Kuwait.
Well, you actually simplified it. Now it's simple.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like because most of the employer, they know that, and most of the employees, they know that. They ask for, some employees ask for a vacation, and the employer refuse it. Sometimes the employer asks to do specific thing, and the employees did it, but maybe after his duration or after the specific time that the dead time that they ask him to do. So those are the most problem. If we have an outside look to it, in my opinion, I think most of those problems based on trust and miscommunications, because some employees, they just want to work, they're just looking for jobs, and some employers, they need labor now, so they just sign. That's why we say in those issues, we don't face it often with the large company, because they take precautions, they don't hire any person, and even the employees there, when they ask for their rights, they get it, because it's based on trust and communications.
I highly vote for miscommunication. It's one of the main things that cause these issues.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so how can businesses effectively manage disputes, and what are the options for a resolution?
Okay, so most of the companies have risk management department. What they do, they analyze any contract to see what the potential legal problem they could face. For example, banks. If someone asks for, a client asks for a loan, they will see what his financial capacity. Could he pay us back with the interest or no? This is the rule, the previous step that been handled to the management department. But sometime wrong could happen. Let's say, for example, this guy, this person, the client who took this loan, he get fired from his work.
Yeah, it happens.
How we could now we are going to be reactive again with the legal department, who first of all, and most of the company do that, they try to have, let's say, easy fixing. As the legal term, we say easy fix the situation right on. What I mean by that, they try to solve this dispute rather than continue to the court, because as you know, when somebody file a case in the court, it could takes longer
time. Yes,
sometimes even they deal with arbitration. Some company, they ask to solve this dispute by arbitrations, institutional arbitrations. So this legal department that being reactive later on, based on what the company did previously by the risk management department, they will try to solve this problem. For example, they will say to the person, okay, you have to pay now 50,000 KD, you cannot, you must pay it in 5 years. Now we will make it for 7 years. If he refuses, then they can't do anything else. They will continue with the case to the court.
So the very first one was the easy solution, right?
Yes, the
easy
risk
fix, if you will.
Yeah, we say it like that in company. Easy fix.
Yeah, I like the term, yes,
because we don't want to. I would like not say wasting time, but the company, to the companies, most of the companies, time are money. Times are money. So they want to fix the problem as soon as they can. So most of the companies have this two departments, one for being proactive, the risk management department, and later on being reactive by the lawyers.
All right, fair enough. Now it's sound and clear.
Yeah, because they want, as you know, they want to solve those problems. Company, especially the large company, they don't want trouble. Yes. They don't want trouble, and they don't want to waste their time, and they don't want anything to reflect or have, let's say, the company doesn't want their trademark to be in dark position because of some contracts, especially now in the social media. Everybody can talk about his problem, so they would like to have an easy fix before moving on for the dispute to the courts.
To maintain their reputation amongst the people around the world.
The most important thing to any company is the reputation.
100%. All right. So, what should a company consider when, forming a partnership or joint venture, if you will?
And to answer this question, first of all, we need to know that the marketing and the business aspects now is more important than legal, and to the legal point of view, because as lawyers we need to know what the company would like to do. They will make a company join. They will like to buy, or two company will merge to be one company. That's what I was saying, that the most important thing here to know their business plan. Based on this business plan, here the legal aspects come to take precautions and also to set rules. Each situation is different. For example, if two companies would like to merge, we need to know, are the both companies here in Kuwait? It's an A situation. B situation, a company from Kuwait and another company from one of the
different part of the world.
GCC. I don't want to say, but for example, there is a huge two companies, one in Kuwait and one in Bahrain. They just get merged together. So as a lawyer, we need to know what your business plan. Based on that, we could know what the legal step we need to take to move on, to make it one company, or to make a new legal identity with a new trademark. So each plan, business plan, marketing plan, it will be very close and linked to the legal step that will be after that.
And the legal plan and all these kind of things have to be done by the companies or the lawyers?
No, by the companies. As a lawyer,
I
have to ask you, for example, if you have a company, A company, and you want to merge with B company, what that company? What's your business?
What are we providing?
What you provide? Are you a service company, or you import from outside? What's your business? Based on that, I can give you. Sometime I will ask you to do something first. Change your business, maybe, if you want to merge with that company. That's what I was telling. It's very technical. Usually, if I will tell you two small company will merge together, it could take up to 3 months. Imagine if huge like banks, they will take years.
Definitely.
So each business plan, by joining or establishing or merging two companies, will have a different legal plan and legal steps.
Different method also.
Exactly.
All right, fair enough. All right, so how do you actually recommend businesses to stay updated on changes in laws that affect their operations?
So what I'd like to say, businesses must not thinking that the only laws regarding their business is labor law, business, civil, commercial law, trademark law. There is a lot of criminal codes relate to business. Like, for example, what sometimes we say a copy, a phone or a cell phone, or a copy clause, or a copy whatever it is. Sometimes, let's say, a newspaper. They publish a new newspaper, a new news, updated, but some words are illegal. So what we are facing, and it is a lot, even with restaurant, they have to know that if they provide food that's not safe and not clean enough, those situations will be linked to the criminal code. Most of company, when I have a phone call or a consult, they say, okay, we don't need our contract to involve with the criminal cases. No, the most what you will face nowadays is with the criminal code, not just commercial code or civil code. So being attention that each company have each linked criminal code relate to their business.
All right, and they have to already know all these kind of things, of course.
Exactly.
All right, I guess with that being said, we have reached the end of this interview. We hope that you enjoyed your stay here at Hala Kuwait studios.
I was pleased to be here with you, and thank you for having me.
Yep. All right, I guess with that being said, we have reached the end of this interview. We hope you enjoyed your stay here at the Hala Kuwait program.
I did. Thank you for having me.
All right, so that was lawyer Jaber Alfadhalah, dear viewers. We hope you enjoyed this interview. And of course, stay with us because we have got a lot to cover on the Hala Kuwait. We have got a report. So stay tuned and then we'll be back after the report.